Welcome to Masters at Wagtail. Look at that. Look at that sky. That is just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. Right there, when you look at stuff like that, it just takes you to another place. I don't know about y'all, but it does for me. And I just want to say, when you open your heart, this is when you will receive all the things necessary to achieve. Now, what I just said, you can interpret it any kind of way that fits your needs because you are intelligent and you can decipher what information that your brain receives. You see, each and every one of us has a spirit guide, a guardian angel, a protector. All right? And it's up to us to be able to converse with these spirit guides and protectors. You see, they can't interfere with man, and man has free will. So that means only those who are chosen and only those who open their heart are able to be on a sensitive level to receive these subtle energies of information. I don't mean to sound complex or confusing, but it's not really confusing, but it's just that simple. It's just what it is, man. But I was just on Facebook, of all things. Man, it is good, but it ain't. But it's only good for those who understand how to utilize it for good. Gain any information that's necessary to apply in your daily life. All that other extra nonsense and garbage, that's when it's not good. Because when you come to something on Facebook, you know from your heart, from your soul, that kind of information you can utilize to better yourself. So I just ran into a few people. Aaron Bronaugh. I don't even know how to say his last name. But he was training to do high-rise work, and I've watched this guy grow his business, and he doing the damn thing right now, man. He is doing it up. And he says the calls are rolling in. Now, I'm not trying to make sense of what's going on, but maybe he's got something here. Maybe he's on to something. Because yes, I don't know. Well, he says the calls will start rolling in are for residential or are for commercial or storefronts. But all I know, storefronts and commercial, it's in that same category. But I just had to mention that. But it came to a halt for me anyway. But as far as residential, the calls are rolling in. As I was speaking to someone about my recent journey on the residential houses that I've been receiving, because I was just saying I'm struggling and I wasn't prepared for this corona crap. You see, but I just said to myself and to that person that things are going to work out because I have faith, and he's already been laying things out in front of me to make me get over the transition. Because I just got another call today. Remember what I told you on a recent house? I got 2 houses from the house that I was working on that I got from a referral of a house that I was working on 2 days prior to that one, if that makes sense to y'all. Rewind it, hear it again, what I just said. and you will understand. And if you've been following me, you will understand. So not only did I get 2 customers from that one job, I got a power washer, okay? I've got a $30 tip, all right? And I don't need to get into the particulars, because when you talk about iced tea and a sandwich, not too many people you do business with is going to offer you iced tea and a sandwich. It's the little things, it's the gesture is what I'm trying to get the point across. It's the good nature of gesture. It's almost as if to say that the Lord is laying out a foundation so that no matter what happens in my life, that if as long as I stay on point and have faith, I'm going to be okay. And that's just the kind of message that I'm trying to explain to y'all. It's no need to get negative. It's no need to get sour in your speech and in your thoughts. Have faith, because we're going to get over this. And you know what's what is better? The fact, excuse me, because I got so much going on through my mind, I want to speak it all as I'm speaking, and sometimes it may not come out at once, so I gotta slow down a bit, because I get excited, man. I'm excited. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta get excited about life and what is expected to come down the path once we get over this problem that we're having. So let me just shed a little light on the subject. I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm hurting. But I'm excited at the same time. You know why? Because it's coming very soon. Once we get called back and we're back in business, you know what's going to happen? All of every account that I have ever owned from when I started my business is due. And they are not going to say anything about when I come back to service it. All right? So for those who are worried that you're going to lose your accounts, don't worry. You're not going to lose your accounts. No one's shopping for a window cleaner right now. Right now, they're worried about staying afloat. They're worried about getting that damn stimulus check. And they're worried about this, that, and the other things. They're not worried about a window cleaner. But the moment they get the go-ahead, because right now, it doesn't even matter if you even contacted that customer, all right? They're just going to assume that you're just like them, forced to suppress your business doings until this stuff blows over. So they're not going to be searching right now. So I tell you what, once we get the go-ahead, if you do not contact your customers and say, I will be scheduling you very soon, those who may call you before you even call them, you will not be able to move fast enough. Let's put it that way. How about that? All right. So if you had certain jobs scheduled once a week, twice a week, once a month, bi-monthly, every couple of months, quarterly, yearly, whatever it is, if you know it's due. See, we've been out of work. Most businesses been out of work for regular frequency work. They've been out of work for over a month. Now, when you're talking about frequency and route work, it doesn't go beyond a month, because that doesn't categorize as frequency. Monthly and anything under monthly categorized as frequency, all right? So it's been over a month. So that means every single account you own that you do within a month's time is going to be due. So what that means is that means you get to consolidate all your work that you can muster and do it in 1 week. So let's say you had your work spread out for those who are done every 2 weeks, for those who are done monthly. You can have every single job lay on that same day. But when the next rotation goes around, just keep in mind, you're not going to get that same amount of money that you got that first day, because not every frequency is going to be the same. But that's okay. But you get the general idea of the point I'm trying to make. If you ever wanted to rearrange your schedule to consolidate and maximize your time to apply in doing something other than what you're doing to enhancing your business, maybe even going out and doing sales, doing quotes, now's the time to do it. You can literally jumble up. It all depends on the individual. If you think you can handle as much work as you can handle, because see, right now, I'm starving, man. I'm anxious to go back to work. So when we do finally get to go ahead, I'm going to be working from sun up to sundown. You know why? Because I don't want to get overwhelmed. No one ever wants to feel pressured, because as much as excitement it is to go back, and yeah, the money is there, but it's just a matter of getting to it. But also, we don't need the stress involved, because I'm going to tell you another scenario. What could happen for those customers that you do business with that you haven't been really on good terms with, that's just a little bit shaky and sketchy? If you can't get to them people, I tell you what's going to happen, or what could happen, hypothetically speaking. They could literally say, okay, all right, thanks. And then they could literally say, sorry, we got somebody else, because for one thing, you're not on contract. And secondly, there is no verbal contract. And thirdly, it might be a new owner. So there's no obligation to hold whatever kind of agreement they had with you in the first place. They're going to go with whoever. It's a rat race. All right? Get this. You better be on your A game, and you better be ready to rock and roll, baby. I'm excited, because I know this year is going to be a good year despite what's going to happen, because my spirit guides tell me this. I'm going to be rocking and rolling, baby. You thought I was sticking and moving before. I'm going to be shaking and baking now. I don't want to draw this video out because I got a lot more to kind of shed the light on the subject, to make you think differently. That's all. It's just one man's view, one man's perspective. I'm here to help. I'm here to shed some knowledge and recognize it's all up to you. What do you want to do? Hey, that rhyme. It's all up to you. What you do is what you get. What you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. All right? So if you're going to half step, then guess what? You better be ready to go for the gusto. All right? Stick and move, baby. Stick and move. You better be ready. When we're ready to be called back to work, God darn it, like the guy said, the phones are ringing now because people are home. What else are they going to do besides take care of things they've been neglecting? It's a perfect time, as long as the company is willing to come out. And those who are afraid and shut down their business, they're looking for people who's willing to come out. I tell you that much. And if you ain't really willing to get that money, scared money don't make no money. All right, so again, I want to tell you how powerful the thought process is, how powerful the Lord is, and his grace, and the Holy Spirit, your guardian angels, your spirit guides. So just a few minutes ago, I paused the tape because I wanted to order some food to come back to talk to y'all. So I went inside this Chinese place, right? I told you all the good things that's been happening. From one house, I got another house. And from that house that I got from the first house, I got 2 more houses, plus a power washer, food, and even a tip. And a tip from the other one. I got $80 in tip within the last 2 days. $80 in tips. All right. So, excuse me. What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't end there. When you open your heart and you keep going on that journey, you will have a path laid out before you that will blow your mind. So I got another house that I got a phone call for today. As I was speaking about the house that I previously did to one of my relatives. And as I was saying that and mentioning it to that relative, the call came through. 5 minutes later. I don't believe in coincidences. Normally, I don't answer the phone because I get dozens of calls from telemarketers. It seems that they are out of work as well, because really nobody has money. So with telemarketers, what are they trying to do? They're always trying to sell you something, right? So there is a reduction in strange calls. So something told me, which I never do. If I don't recognize the number, I don't answer it. I screen my calls. But today, I just so happened to answer it because something told me to answer it. And you know what that something is? The source of it is. So, needless to say, once I answered the phone, it was a customer who said that I did a house from someone that referred me about 2 years ago. And they gave me your number 2 years ago. Why now all of a sudden? It's not just coincidence. I don't care what you say. You can say in the comments whatever you want to say. It doesn't even matter because I know what time it is. I know what it is. All right? So that person wants me to come out, which I'm going to take you on this journey tomorrow, to a quote on this house. And it doesn't stop there. So back to what I was saying about the Chinese food. I wanted to order some sesame chicken with light on the sauce because I don't like my sesame chicken drowned with that extra sauce they pour over it and it gets into my rice. I don't want all that. So I met a guy that I haven't seen in 10 years. We used to roll to the clubs and all that. I ran into him and I said, man, he noticed me. I didn't even say anything. So that alone right there lets you know that he meant for that person to be there at the same time that I need help, that I'm struggling. You see, if you don't put the pieces of the puzzle together and get a clue, you'll be lost. You see, God helps those who help themselves. If you don't recognize the signs and the signals that he's given to you, and when you open your heart, you're more susceptible to see these things. So he told me he's ready to go back to work. And I said, well, yeah, I said, you and me both. I said, well, how you making out, man? I said, did you get that, you trying to get that stimulus check or what? He said, man, I make too much money. I said, really? I said, why? What are you doing now? He told me he's in charge of 2 Kia dealerships in North Jersey. He's in control. He controls it. So he's making buku bucks. I said, oh, man. I said, well, shoot, let me get your number. He said, well, look me up on Facebook. I said, man, I ain't good with Facebook, and I couldn't find his info. So I waited for him to come out the laundromat, and I gave him my card. He said he was going to call me. I said, you know, I'll take care of you. He said, listen, man, I ain't worried about all that. You know, family comes first. You see, we have childhood history. And it's not just coincidence. I don't care what you say. Believe it or not. But I got to tell you, man, this year is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be sticking and moving, baby. I'm going to be fat in the pockets and fat in the belly. But this is Masters at Wagtail. Bam!